Hello everyone, Suzi Petrozzi here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm amazing. I've had a lot of interesting breakthroughs over the past month or past 3 weeks since the last time that I've done a video on relationships, and it's interesting how the very things that you're teaching, you're also learning yourself. And so what I wanted to do is just speak on some of the key qualities that I've noticed are helping me quantum leap my own relationships, but also my clients' relationships, and how you can embody and practice these relationships more in your own life so that you can transform your key relationships in your own life. And the most important one that I wanted to share with you, and this comes out of the last blog that I did on quantum leaping your relationships. You can see that on suzipetrozzi.com. This is kind of like the segue to that. The most important one, really, the first one is what I call respected openness. Respected openness comes from this place of really listening to yourself and honoring what it is that you need, in any given moment, and trusting that and giving yourself what it is that you need. Respected openness is about being honest with how you feel about something. Are you tolerating something? Are you doing something because it brings you joy and inspiration, or are you doing it because this is what I've been getting more recently, because that's what the society expects me to do? I've been seeing this more often with my clients lately, and I think that that's a big trap for feeling unhappy, for lack of fulfillment, for not living your purpose and having meaning in your life. So key questions to ask about that is, what am I tolerating? Am I denying myself something, and what is that? And really being open on that. And this other one, which I think is so important, is how can I create space to be imperfect? Because as women, we put so much pressure on ourselves to be something, to deliver, to do more. But how can I create space to be imperfect and to surrender maybe to the pain that I'm feeling, that we're going through, or to the need to cry? Because we all go through that. And the more that we can do that, the more that we can then also clear emotionally what we've accumulated, or the stress that's accumulated in our body. So that one was respected openness. The second self-love quality that I think is really important is witnessing. And what I mean here is this witnessing is about how can I witness myself for who I am without the pressure, without the judgment about what is it that I actually need to do. And the moment that you feel pressure in your body, that is the key that you've stepped out of alignment, that you've disconnected from who you are and from what's important to you. When you can notice that, how can you witness that in your body? And when you witness that, notice what happens. How does that transform how you feel? Because the minute that we see something, it starts to change. We allow it to start to shift and transform. So witnessing was the second one. Third quality is creative flow, and I'm really loving this one. I'm experimenting a lot with it. I'm having a lot of fun with my clients with it. And by creative flow, what I mean is, how can you allow more time? How can you give yourself the time, the permission to do more of, or to explore more of, what is it that brings you joy? What is it that inspires you? What is it that expands you, that opens you up? What is it that gives you energy, that lifts you up? And so this can be people, this can be situations, this can be experiences, and really being clear on that, because the more that we do what it is that aligns us, what it is that feels so good for us, the more we're actually saying and giving ourselves the permission to have fun in life, to have joy in life, to experience joy. The more we're saying, you know what, I deserve to do this, it's okay. On that, what I also wanted to say is this need about prioritizing time for that, because it's not just going to happen. When you say to me, I don't have time, I don't take that, I don't buy that. You need to create time to explore, to discover what it is that I need to do. An example for me, more recently, is actually since November last year, is that I've been learning the violin. And I commit to that. I commit to usually daily practice, even if it's 10 minutes. But there's something that happens within me when I do that. I feel really in flow. I'm in flow when I'm practicing because I'm so absorbed on learning what it is that I need to do, you know, the notes, the strings. And it does something to my brain. I've noticed that ever since I've taken up the violin, that I feel more creative. I feel clearer in my thinking. And I'm noticing that I am more aware in ways that I haven't been before. I'm still kind of discovering that and noticing what's changing, and I'm really excited about that. So you need to make the time and a commitment to what is it that inspires you, because no one else is going to give you the permission to do that but you. So creative flow, and it is a self-love practice. Creative flow is about being in flow with who you are and opening the doors to that and allowing that to come out and be expressed. And so the other key point to that is that if I'm truly honest with myself, yeah, what is it then that I need to then be giving to myself by way of this creative flow, by way of something, you know, what is the quality, what is the experience that I might inadvertently be expecting from someone else? Now that's really key. What is it that you're seeking from someone else that you're not giving yourself? And that's going to help you tap more into that creative flow, more into your own energy flow, more into your own inspiration, ideas, and so on, and innovation. And then the last self-love practice is graceful communication or graceful conversation. Graceful is a word that really has been speaking to me, that's been resonating with me more recently, and looking at how can I be speaking about something that is really challenging for me or that I'm finding challenging in a relationship. How can I speak about it with presence? How can I speak about what is going on rather than from the place of that intense emotion, from the place of blame, judgment, defensiveness, and so on. And this is really what helps to shift and transform that relationship. And again, without expecting the other person to, without having those expectations on the other person to do something, change something, but really coming from that place of openness and being able to be quite raw in how you feel and to be able to express that, to express it from that place of presence. To me, that is graceful communication, having that ability to speak about honestly and authentically what is going on, but without speaking about it from that intensity of what's going on. So these 4 qualities have been really, really amazing. They've been opening so many doors in my life and encouraging my clients to do the same. And what's amazing is that when we do that, these subtle but powerful shifts continue to occur in across all relationships, just by us being able to afford, you know, afford the time to give ourselves what we want, to ask ourselves what is it that we want, time to plan and create and work on our life. We allow ourselves to then open up so many doors and to create more meaningful, deep and intimate relationship with those around us. So what I've done is I've put some questions that you can ask yourself for each one of those points, and this is going to be on the blog in about maybe 15 minutes or so on my website, suzipetrozzi.com. So go on over, check it out, and practice it and share it with others that you know. Hey, this is the key. I really believe in this. I believe that when I practice this with myself, I then am able to change my relationship with others, because ultimately, you know, how we relate with who we are reflects then the quality of the relationship that we have with those around us. So thanks for joining, and stay tuned for more videos, and may you be empowered through watching them and listening to them. All right, everyone. Bye. Catch you later.